My name is Isaac in Accra. I'm here with Samuel from Onpoint. Good to see you again, Samuel.
Same here, Isaac. Yep.
So, to kick off this year, I went to your event, ITSM at Holiday Inn, artisan partner here in Ghana, where you had lots of different people, even coming from outside of Ghana, which was amazing, to talk about the IT issues with CIOs, with various key leading things there. It was the first event for me this year, so I'm excited to know next year we have part 2, but in a different format. Please introduce yourself and let us know what to expect next year.
All right. So my name is Samuel Kojo. I lead the sales team for Onpoint Africa. Okay, so with regards to ITSM, just like he said, ITSM Connect last year was amazing. Now the beginning of this year was amazing, and from that event, we realized that there was a need for a concentrated group of IT service management leaders to discuss how they work, what's the future for them, because nobody's really talking about that. So the next ITSM Connect is going to be a breakfast meeting with ITSM leaders, inclusive of CIOs and CTOs, to discuss about ITSM and its actually relations with development and productivity, basically.
Amazing. Do you already have a date and location set?
Yeah, so we're looking at 2 days, the last week of January 28-29. The location will be coming out by the end of December, but we'll find a very cozy place for the leaders to be able to feel free and hang out.
Of course. So, for people who are unsure about what to expect, why should they come, and what impact will it have on their business?
Well, that's a good question. Okay, so I would say 2 reasons why you should come. ITSM is becoming the frontier of organizational growth now, because think about it, with the rise of knowledge workers and remote work, the way organizations work has changed, and more particularly the people and the culture needs to change, right? So when you're coming to IT service management, you're coming to listen to how customers and internal customers per se raise and get support from IT teams. And not just that, the culture these enterprise organizations are using to make sure that there's a smooth process with the IT teams and business teams. And the second reason why you should come or to expect is the talk about enterprise service management. We've seen organizations moving from IT service management into enterprise service management. The reason being that now there's more cross-functional teams, so the business teams and the IT teams and the dev teams are all working. And so you're going to discuss how enterprise service management can have influence on businesses. And if you're a small company or mid-sized company, then the advantage for you is you get to learn the best practices, the culture, the mistakes these enterprise people make, and then adapt them to your company.
There's so much to unpack there, but maybe even let's start from 2 things you said at the beginning. What is a knowledge worker?
Okay.
And then let's even break down what is ITSM?
Okay. All right. So I'll start with the knowledge worker. The knowledge worker is just like the name goes, knowledge worker, a worker who is able to be autonomous, find the right information to solve tasks and do things on their own, but then aligning with organizational strategy. So post-COVID, we've seen the emergence of knowledge workers. Remote work proved that knowledge workers could actually assist and deliver results. So that's the knowledge worker. Find the right information, they do it themselves. Think about it. If you are working remotely, you cannot go and knock on another person's door for support. You have to find it yourself.
Yes.
So that's the knowledge worker. And IT service management, it's simple. It's like ITSM is IT service management. How IT teams support each other with regards to requests and solutions, basically. So that's it.
So the only thing I want to add into knowledge worker is like, if you look at how a lot of work is done in the past and some now, a lot of it's still labor. You think of building a house, it's bricklaying. You think about the Ford factory is physical labor. But now we've moved into the knowledge world, where it's about information, it's about how you use that information, financial services, call center, marketing, digital media. It's about the information you know and how you use it. That's knowledge.
That's it. And to add up to that, we're always talking about innovation, but I believe that innovation is directly related to knowledge.
Yes.
So if you create the environment for your knowledge workers to thrive, the outcome for you as a company is innovative ideas. So then you get enriched workers who can contribute innovative ideas to business. But if you don't create that environment for your workers to be knowledge workers, you create it's like you invest in people who are full of innovative ideas, but they are blocked because you have not created an environment for them to acquire new knowledge and apply them. So the knowledge worker is a new trend for businesses, and we've seen the enterprise companies tap into that. Because think about it, if they make it easy for you to find the right knowledge, if they make it easy to find upgraded and updated tools to make your work faster, what you do is that as a worker, you also get to find new ways of improving what you do. Yeah, so that's it. Yeah.
No, beautiful. So knowledge worker, ITSM, now enterprise systems. So you're talking about no longer a company's looking at just the IT sitting as a standalone department, but now you're looking at the company as a whole unit, with IT being a piece of the big picture.
That's exactly how we're looking at it, because we've seen that. Let's look at it. Let's take the workers out of work. They have been used to getting a certain level of service delivery. They order food from their app. They've seen the rise of technology. When they come to work and you box them out, that okay, this is HR, this is finance. Okay, the IT team does the IT stuff. And what you're doing is that you are doing a disservice to your workers, because they have the level of comfort and speed at home. And then when they come to work, they don't have the environment. So enterprise service management is just rethinking that, okay, how can we adopt IT service management practices and spread it across the business teams in the organization? What are some of the practices? Workflow management.
Yes.
Did you get the point?
Yes.
How do we make sure that there's proper workflow management in the other forms of business? What are some of the practice automations? How do we make sure that some of the repetitive stuff in the business teams are automated?
Yes.
So it's like, and the advantage is that you give the business teams end-to-end visibility of how their work is directly related to business outcomes. So it's not like they are siloed and HR people who don't know how the next tool was developed or why we have to develop a new app or an upgrade. But they see how their little contribution or their contribution affects the entire life cycle. So there's visibility, there's excitement, and the other advantage is that the HR person can now have access to information from legal, IT, and what it does is that it grows their creativity. So now when they are thinking, they're not going to talk from the bank of just HR, but they will leverage on the other knowledge you've exposed them to. So I think it's a big thing, and that is what Onpoint is trying to really push by Atlassian Jira Service Management and say, you know what, we don't have to grow as a company before we start thinking enterprise service management.
Yeah.
We have to start with it now.
Yes.
Yeah, that's
very important. So maybe I was talking about this point. It seems like IT have gone from being like in the basement or the corner somewhere to now being like CIOs and coming to the board level and C-suite. Do you see AI doing for the elevation of IT what COVID did for remote workers?
Okay, this is an interesting question. I think I would say yes, because first of all, the leaders are rethinking how to improve the way they deliver service. And AI is going to leverage on data to be smart enough to do more predictive analysis.
Yes.
And when you are getting the predictive analysis, what you are doing is you are being smarter in decision making. Mm-hmm. And then the advantage of AI is the speed to which the analysis is being done. And then in this time, speed to analyzing data is an asset. So AI is going to boost the speed, for organizations to access data, the meaning of data, and how it directly relates to business. Bringing AI into ITSM or enterprise service management. Think about it. If I'm a new employee and I want to find a way of doing stuff, and there's a chatbot on my service management portal that can direct me without the need of a trainer, organizations save money a lot on, and time on training people. So I think AI is actually good. It's obviously going to really change the way things are done in all aspects of ITSM, asset management, incident management, knowledge management. I believe that, and it started. There are a lot of virtual agents popping up. Yeah, so we're excited to see what it has to offer, and following it closely.
Awesome. So I think there've been so many nuggets of information of why people should adopt it. It's a no-brainer. Yeah. But just to wrap us up, people now hearing this, ITSM, haven't heard about it before. What you're saying makes sense. How do I convince my boss that I need to be at this conference?
Well, I think that's a good thing. How do you convince your boss? Okay, so basically, if you're not head of ITSM, ESM, the truth is you are doing it, but probably you don't know that is IT service management. So you live in a company where people are asking requests, people are coming to you daily for the same particular issues they raise. And the question is, how can you make sure they don't come to you but they solve their problems quicker? And I think that is the dream of every boss, to make sure that their teams are autonomous to resolve simple issues faster so that they can focus on creativity and innovation. So you tell your boss this: I'm going to learn from the leaders of ITSM service management and restructure our way we think, restructure our thinking about how we can improve on our workflows, how we can improve on our customer request management, how we can actually transform our knowledge base management stuff. So it's like you're coming to learn a new way of thinking, of serving your employees and of serving your customers. So I think that is one thing you should see. And you meet the experts, you meet the people. I mean, he can testify of last Elliot January.
It seems like last year, but this year.
Yeah, it seems like last year. I mean, so you get to hear from them real-time implementation that they have done in the area of service management, the mistakes they've made, and more importantly, the culture and practices they are adopting. Yeah.
Culture is so important.
Yeah.
So where can we find more about Onpoint?
Okay, so our website, onpointsafe.com, and LinkedIn, Onpoint _Africa. You can follow us, and my page is there. I love ITSM, trust me, I love this. And then you can also find us from him. He's a really good supporter of Onpoint, and we really appreciate that.
Sam, always good.
Always good to hear and see you. Yeah. Thanks so much. Appreciate it.
So next year, 2024 January, Onpoint ITSM Business Breakfast. Be there.